ALK Positive does so much for everyone, the organization, and I just felt like I wanted to give back in some way.
I love ALK Positive. I mean, we're doing amazing things here.
I started by just being interested in what was going on and finding out more for my own self-benefit.
There was a call on the Facebook group for reviewers. And so I said, oh, this sounds interesting. This is something that I could help out with my science background.
I saw the opportunity to be around people who were far smarter than me.
Like this, because I know, Kirk, you like that.
This could save my life. It could save other people's lives. So I wanted to be part of that.
I realized I would regret if I didn't do it.
I realize how many people all over the country don't have day-to-day access to these experts or all this information, and I think our group can really give back to people some of the stuff that we just got lucky about.
It's rewarding to me to be helping the whole group, contributing to the community.
I feel so much more connected by becoming more involved.
Knowing that you're helping people that are similar to you on this journey just gives you some satisfaction.
I've been a volunteer. Colin recruited me for the Research Acceleration Committee last January 2021. And then I joined the Clinical Trials Committee shortly thereafter.
I first joined ALK Positive as a volunteer about a year and a half, almost 2 years ago now, serving on the board.
I've been on the finance committee, I've been on the newsletter. I was one of the people who managed the first newsletter. And then I co-managed the summit, co-chaired the summit in 2020, and now doing it again this year.
With my accounting degree, I offered to help in the summer of 2019 in the finance committee.
I'm on a clinical trial myself, so I can speak from personal experience when talking with companies about clinical trials and how to make them more patient-friendly for the ALK Positive community. And I'm also part of the Research Acceleration Committee, and we're working really in a bunch of different avenues to try to move research forward on ALK Positive cancer.
I really wanted to get into advocacy and volunteer, specifically within ALK Positive Incorporated, when we held a fundraiser, and it just made me so excited to raise money for research. And then when I was getting more involved in it, I was noticing really the ins and outs of really realizing our money is going towards research, and that research is so exciting to hopefully move research forward for ALK Positive patients, and not only for myself and my family and my kids, but for all of us within our support group that fundraises together.
I can't believe the research and work that goes on behind the scenes from being done by patients and caregivers.
You know, I've made some really wonderful friends. You know, I consider you guys all friends, you know, not just acquaintances or someone just on Facebook. You know, I really consider you all my friends.
You know, with self-satisfaction, it gives me a good feeling, but it's also the people I meet and just fun. Oh, hi again. You know, it's like seeing a friend in the store or something, you know, when you get on a Zoom, and it's just reconnecting.
What really hit home for me, and even though I do speak to a lot of people, is when I got sick and I had to have neck surgery. I mean, I was getting cards from all over the world. I mean, from people who reached out to me. You know, it's like, you know, that is so powerful. And that Mail Brigade, as an example, just another way for us to connect. And it's all about connection. That's life. You know, if you don't have connections in your life, you don't have anything. But when you connect with someone who's dealing with the same stressors of life and the same problems that you have, that's like so rewarding.
I think it's been an opportunity to say, okay, I can give back to all these other people I care about, that and make a difference for them. And also maybe, you know, I have great hope that we truly are changing the face of lung cancer, ALK Positive in particular, and I want to be a part of that. I think it's exciting. I think it makes this matter.
first ALK talk that I watched, I think my daughter and I can picture us sitting in the kitchen watching, and my dad was texting us watching from his house. We couldn't believe what this thing was that we had been missing.
I just thought this was something that I'd be very suited for.
Being able to leverage skills that people really appreciate, and particularly with the clinical trial write-ups, may be life-saving for individuals here and there.
You're doing something. I mean, I think that you're contributing and you're making a difference. And, I have a sort of a tagline or a mantra of don't waste your cancer. And that really is a reminder to myself. A lot of times I'll hashtag a post like that. And it's really a reminder to myself to not center or focus on myself.
What sets ALK Positive Incorporated, aside from all the other organizations out there, is that we are an organization for patients by patients. We have a mission to help other patients, but we also raise money for research because we understand the importance that more research, more life, and we all work together and fundraise together to hopefully find our cure.
We are a grassroots effort, from patients, and we are out there trying to bring pharma into the fold as patients. I don't know of any other group that does that. We're such a small segment of lung cancer patients. We have to fight for ourselves.
This group is formed of caregivers and patients that are advocating and trying to get our own research for our own cures. If no one's going to do it, we're going to do it ourselves, in other words. But it's this amazing group of people that are so dedicated and so inspired and want to get this thing cured, no matter what it takes. So it's just a wonderful company. Yeah, it's a company now. But it's a wonderful, wonderful charity and group because, you guys are doing amazing things. And I think more people need to get involved and spread the word.
One great thing about volunteering within the organization is that you get to know volunteers more. You get to know more people that are within this support group to actually put a face with a name and actually talk to them on a more regular basis and work on projects together. And I think it has been really beneficial for me and exciting to volunteer and work within the organization.
I've met virtually so many great people that I really enjoy working with.
We are primarily a patient group that in turn has become an organization that fosters research, that raises money for researchers, and in turn is becoming a powerful force in the cancer world to search for a cure for non-small cell lung cancer.
I mean, I'd say that it's just remarkable what ALK Positive has grown into. I mean, we started as, just a Facebook support group, 5 years ago? And 6 years ago. And from that, I mean, we have so many committees. We have, in the medical committee and many subcommittees, we have a newsletter, we publish the latest research, we're fundraising very successfully, and, we're funding some pretty amazing projects.
I'm just blown away by the power of a patient advocacy group like this, where I don't think patient advocacy groups had this kind of influence or this kind of seat at the table even 5 years ago. And I think you're seeing that change dramatically. And I think a lot of it is, I'm sure there are other patient groups in other cancers that are doing similar work, but we are changing the game, and it's making a big difference in our ability to survive.
Dig in and see what's there. There is so much happening, so much more happening than I even knew as I've learned more about what our medical committee is doing and the things that you and Amanda do in your leadership positions, and the respect that this group has from the doctors who are gladly giving their time to come out here for the summit and for ALK Talks. And I would just say it's such an amazing group of people. It really feels like a family and really makes a more positive experience. And I would encourage anyone to check out volunteering or donating. It's totally worthwhile. And I think it's really moving the needle for ALK Positive.
It's really making a difference. It's just feeling, it's partly the process, the analysis, having a window into the latest developments in science, in cancer research, and specifically ALK research. And then it's really feeling like you're making a difference. I mean, it's very meaningful.